Welcome to StudioCloud's webinar on migrating your data from Successware to StudioCloud. We're going to go ahead and jump in with importing clients. Just as a reminder, please refer to our written tutorials if you see anything different in StudioCloud from your program, as we always keep those up to date. And whereas the video tutorials do take a little bit longer to update. And if you have issues importing your data, check with us at support@studiocloud.com because sometimes different versions of Successware might export the data differently. So there's two ways to import your data from Successware. You can use the basic import process or the advanced import process. The basic import process includes all this information here, whereas the advanced import process includes all this down here. This is a little misleading because a lot of these fields you probably aren't using, and a lot of these fields you probably don't want. For example, home phone label. All it has when you export it out is the word home. Of course, this might be different in your version, so we'll walk through all that and show you what you can do to see the data that's in there. So let's go ahead and show you how to export out the basics. So we're in success tracking right now. Come down to print or export mailing. Go ahead and select all three of these checkboxes here, so you're exporting everything. Click the export button up here. Select Windows or Mac. We're on a Windows computer right now. And go ahead and select the comma with quotes around it. Click OK. And I already have it export out here, but that's how you do it. And that would export out the basic one. You can go ahead and save that one. And then let's go to the advanced options. Click on People, click on List Clients. Then you click Export out here. This one we're going to do it differently. It's going to be tab delimited instead of comma delimited. And then just click the Select All button down here. Set fields to export. Now I previously went in here and these are the fields that I selected based upon the data that was in the demo one, which means all these over here were blank. So, or they were redundant, meaning the client name was a combination of the first and last name, so you don't need to import it. So what I would recommend doing is coming in here and adding everything over here on fields to export, then exporting it out, and then going through and removing the items. StudioCloud has a limit that we only import about 13 items right now, and so you do have to be a little bit, you do have to decide which ones you want to import. But as I mentioned, most of these are either empty or don't have data that you would want to import. So we're going to go ahead and click the export, and there, we've gone ahead and exported it out. So now let's go to StudioCloud and import this in. Here's StudioCloud, we're in the client section. Click Import Options, Import Clients window. We're going to make this big, and let's go Import Options, and we're going to import the basic export, and that one was called the addresses. And so what it did is it automatically selected the correct header up here, so these all match up. These we do have to change to be blank. So you'd go through and change all these all the way down to be blank like these guys, as well as this one. And then so that when you click import, it import the first name, last name, street, city, state, and zip. Now let's do the advanced one. I'm going to go ahead and close this window and open it up again. We're going to do the advanced import process. And this time we're going to do the import from CSV tab separated. And let's go ahead. This is the one we exported out. So as you can see, we have the work phone and the home phone. This is the client customer number is what we call it in StudioCloud. It wasn't a lot more data, and this right here. So we do have. Okay, so right here we have the first name, last name, street, city, state, zip code. This is the work phone. This is the home phone. Then the customer numbers. If you open the file that I imported, if you open it in a spreadsheet program such as Excel or Numbers, it will have the headers across the top, so you can match it all up. And so right here, when you can import it into StudioCloud, and you get the only additions that this gives you is a customer number, home phone number, and work phone. For this example, your data might be completely different. So At this point, you click Save and then import all 158 clients in StudioCloud. And one thing I did need to mention is that you do need to change it to blank here. And so you go all the way across to change all of them to blank because you're not importing that data. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and import the calendar. This is a file we're going to export from Successware. Please note that you should only do this once, otherwise you're going to duplicate your calendar appointments. The same thing applies for everything here, is that you should only import it once, otherwise you will create duplicates. Okay, so in Successware, you come here to File, you go down to Display Scheduler, and then you click the Export to iCal, and just save it. I previously saved it already. And then in StudioCloud, so once that's saved, you go to, let me go ahead and close this window. You go to the calendar, the agenda. We're going to go ahead and import the calendar. Import from ICS file. And it went ahead and imported the appointments right there. And then you just click Save, and those would all be added to the calendar. And once again, the dates are a little bit unusual because I am running the Successware demo. The next thing we're going to import into StudioCloud is the price list. This is going to be a little bit complicated because we can't show you everything because the demo doesn't let us do the full process, but we'll step through as much as we can. So go ahead and go back to Successware. We're going to go to the report sections, products order report, and we're going to click the export button. By default it's on this one, so make sure you click all orders. Click OK. List the products by product line. Yes, you do need to do that. And in this example, we can't import it. We can't export it out because it is a demo. Let's go ahead and show you how to import that into StudioCloud. Let's go to point of sale. We're going to go to Settings, Manage Price Lists. Then there's the More Actions button, and you want to click on the Import Product Lists. And then in this instance, you'll have to import from Successware, and you'd click that, and then you select your the product order report that you exported out, and it would import it in here and show you everything right here listed here, and then you just click the Save button. Alright, let's go ahead and import marketing campaigns. Once again, you only need to do what you want to import. You don't have to import everything. It's just what you prefer to. Go to Report, Inquiry Sales Report, All Inquiries, and Marketing Strategy. Or you could do Source. You can import both of these. The Marketing Strategy is the marketing campaigns, whereas Source includes a lot of other stuff. It looks like clients are also listed in there, but you can do what you prefer. And then at this point, you'd hit the Export button. And I can't do it in the demo here, but then it would export out all these marketing campaigns right here to a file. And then let's go back to StudioCloud. And let's go ahead and import those. Let's click on the client section. We'll go to the marketing campaigns, import marketing campaigns, and then import from Successware file. And you'd select the file, and it lists the marketing campaigns in there. It just imports the names. It doesn't import any other aspect of the marketing campaigns. And then you click Save. And that's how you import the marketing campaigns from Successware to StudioCloud. Okay, let's go ahead and show you how to import the invoices and payments from Successware. There's a few issues with this import process, and we'll go through each one of them. Unfortunately, Successware doesn't have a way to really export your invoices out of Successware, and so we've come up with a creative method of doing that. The downside is that the following issues do occur. We can get your invoices and payments out of Successware. We cannot get the product, services, or packages. So essentially, the items in the invoice are not going to be in the invoice when you import them into StudioCloud. It will, by default, have one product called Successware order, and that's what will be in the invoice, which is an indicator that that was imported from Successware. If you ever edit that invoice to look at the items in there, you'll be able to tell that. Another issue is If a payment is not associated with an invoice, StudioCloud requires that a payment have an invoice. So if it doesn't have one, then an invoice will be automatically created for that payment and assigned to that client. It doesn't. We also, since we don't have the data regarding sales tax, we can't really tell you. We can't import that into StudioCloud because Successware doesn't export it out. And if there's an invoice with the client that doesn't already exist in StudioCloud, it will be created. However, we strongly recommend that you import all of your clients first into StudioCloud before you import the invoices. The reason is that you don't want to have duplicate clients. Okay, let's go ahead and go through the process of getting your data out of Successware. Go ahead and open that up here. And we're going to go up to the order and list orders. And it should have everything here. You may want to, I'm not quite sure what get all orders does, but if that may get you more or not, I don't know. That may be related to the search, but I did notice that one. So if you do want to click on the get all orders, you can, and maybe that will export more data. Now, as you notice, there is not an export button up here. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to print the orders. And we're going to save it as a PDF. There are a few different programs that will let you save it as a PDF. On Macintosh, it's built into the print window. It has a print to PDF button, something like a checkbox there. You'll want to do that. On Windows, you'll need to install a third-party printer that does a print to PDF. Adobe has one that they include with some of their paid-for services. There's a free one called Qt PDF Writer. The Qt PDF Writer will not work with this. It doesn't export the data out in the right way. Not quite sure why, but it doesn't. There's another one called PDF Creator, which is free. Just make sure that when you're installing it, you don't install the add-ons unless you want them, because it does ask you if you want to install some extra stuff. And we do have a link to that in our written tutorials, so go ahead and refer to that. And all you do is click the print button, and then it'll pop up a window asking where you want to save the file. And that will include all of the orders in it. This is an example of what the orders might look like exported out from Successware. This is the demo account, the Successware demo data. But this is what your PDF, your printed PDF will look like. And as you can see, you can just scroll through it, and it has everything laid out here. We did encounter an issue where we printed it off and it cut off half of it when it was saving it as a PDF. We had to close down Successware, reopen it, and then reprint it, and it did work. So if you see it where you're not seeing all of the data here that we're showing you in the PDF, you're probably going to have to redo the PDF by closing Successware and reopening it. All right, the way we need to convert this PDF from a PDF file to a CSV file so we can import it into StudioCloud. So we're using right here, we're using a-PDF to Excel, and we do have a link in the written tutorials on this. This is a paid-for product. However, it does come with a 15-day free trial. You're welcome to do as you deem fit. If you like it, go ahead and buy it. If you just want it for the 15-day trial, that's up to you. First thing we need to do is we're going to go ahead and open up that PDF that we printed, and it's listed here. We're going to click on this button. This is a Windows program. There are some Macintosh comparable ones, and we do have links to how to find those. And they do have similar, they're paid for, but they're 15-day trials. But the process is, generally speaking, about the same of what you do. So we're going to click this button here, and we're going to drag it over here. Make sure you include the headers here on the top. And we're going to drag it down here. And then we're going to come down here, click on this, and scroll down. And if you look down here, we've got all the data here. It says column 1, and you can see it right there. We're going to come up here to this button, which actually draws vertical lines, so it separates the columns. And click, drag down on the mouse, and let go. And see it did right there. It said, okay, this is column 1, this is column 2. Here we go there. column 3, column 4, column 5. Make sure you get it right so it doesn't chop the status and the deadline. Column 6. All right. And then, so as you can see all the data down here at the bottom. Let me go ahead and raise that up so you can see it. There's an apply button here. We're going to go ahead and apply that, and we're going to apply it to all pages. And as you can see, it has the exact same column with the exact same data. If you cannot, if the data down here is all random characters, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's not what's here. That's probably because the PDF program you use to save the PDF, when you click the print button and you convert it to a PDF, it probably is not saving it correctly, or in which case you probably need to get a different program. We tried the Qt PDF Writer one. That did not give us the data. We had to switch over. The Adobe one did work, and the other one that we showed you, the PDF Creator, I believe is what it's called, that one also did work as well. The name of it, yeah, PDF Creator is the name of that thing. Okay, at this point we have all the data in here, and we just say extract to Excel. Click that, and then just click the save button, and it will save out all of the invoices and orders to an Excel file. Now we need to do the same thing for payments. Let's go up here and close the orders window. We're going to go to order, list payments, print, same thing as before, print, and then you just do the exact same thing where you select whichever one you're going to use and click the print button. That will save the PDF out. And then we open it up back up into the other program to convert it from a PDF to a CSV file. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, we're in the program again. We're gonna open it up. We're gonna open the file. Come across here and we're gonna select it. Select all the payments. Double check, we got the header across here, that's good. Come here, select this. Oh, it didn't like that. I click, drag down, let go. Missed it again. Let's try that again. Click, drag down, let go. Okay, and so you go across here and you do the same thing as you did before with the orders. And then you click the extract to Excel button, and that will convert it into a CSV file, which we've previously done. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like with a bad PDF, just so you can get an idea and know what happens. So if you look down here, it's all messed up down here. So this is what happens when the PDF doesn't work out. Yeah, and so you can see that, yeah, it's not even readable. So that's what happened. So if you see this, you need to get a different print to PDF converter thing. We've tried it on Mac and it works just fine, so that shouldn't be an issue there. Alright, let's go ahead and go to StudioCloud and import this into StudioCloud. So come to the Invoices section, come to Options, Import, and we're going to import invoices from Successware. Click Import Options, click Import Invoices from Successware. The first thing we need to do, well, it says right here, make sure you've imported your clients. That would be the first thing we need to do. So the first thing we're going to do is import the orders. So we have one right here. We're going to import this one, and then it's going to need the payments, and that's so they can match up the orders and the payments together. And this sample, we only have a few invoices, and it's done right there. And if you want to view the invoice, you can click the magnifying glass. Notice how we have here a Successware order. As mentioned earlier, we don't have any data regarding what goes in the invoice, so we've done that. And then you also have the before taxes and stuff like that, payments on that. When you're ready and you've gone through and looked at all the invoices to make sure that they are what you expect, go ahead and click Save, and that will import the invoices into StudioCloud. And you've now migrated from your data from Successware to StudioCloud. Just as a reminder, if you have problems, once again, refer to the written tutorials. And if those don't help, go ahead and contact us so we can help resolve this migration issue.